This is the scavenger hunt paper, and I know there's some on the back that people get stuck on. So I'm going to do a few of the problems that I know cause people a little bit of difficulty. Again, though, trace what you have and see what's there when you're done tracing it. So things that I know here, I need to find. I'm going to start number 13. I need to find this arc right here. If I know that arc, then I know this angle, because I can, once I find the arc, I can find the angle, or once I find the angle, I can find the arc. So look at what you know on this picture, and I'm going to try to use a different color here too. So if I trace this arc or this angle, I can find this arc outside. So out here in pencil, this part is 2 times 85, which is 170. So if I make my picture out here, that's 170. Now, that helps me because I know from this to this is 80. 170 minus 80 leaves me with 90 for this distance right here. And I know a whole circle is 360. So I can now work backwards and find my missing value. And once I have all the arcs, then I know all I got to do is add stuff. So 360 is a whole circle. Take away 80. Take away 90. Take away 110. That leaves me with 80 for this arc right here. So now when I look at my picture, back where I started, I needed to find that pink arc. That's 80 and 80 is 160. That half of that is 80. So this angle is 80. So when you're doing the scavenger hunt, that's going to take you to number 5. Okay. Let's pick another one here. Let me see which would be the most helpful. Another one like that. Stuff that's not directly on the obvious there. So what do I know? Well, I need to find this arc, and it does not intercept any angles. So I'm going to have to find some other stuff out there. So let's trace here. From here to here is double this 70. So that pencil distance there is 140. And I know this is 106. So 140 plus 106. If I take that 140 and the 106 away from 360, then I'll have the remaining part of the circle there. So 360 minus 140 minus 106. 114. Now, that was all the way to here. Going back to what I already know. I know from here to here is 140. So I got to figure out how much of that little arc would be left over here. So I'm thinking about it. I look at my picture, and a strategy to think about is, what number have you not used yet? I have not used this 103. So I'm going to extend that out. And that means this arc is 206. And this arc is made up of this piece and this piece. So if that's 106, then this arc right here, I'll make a squiggly line, is 100. And together, those two, the 100 plus, and the 140 are overlapping. That means that's 40 left, because if that's 100, that has to be 40. Now that's a doozy. I will give you some of those as extra credit on tests. The test won't be full of those, but I want you to be able to work through getting to that problem. And that would have taken you here to letter E. Let's do one more. The variable ones are pretty straightforward when there's not a lot of distractors in there. Some people struggle with ones like 15. But if you just follow your same rules, say, well, I know that this angle extends out here. So I know that if I doubled this, if it was a number, I would get the angle outside. Well, I can double it as a variable. So it's 12x minus 4. What else do I know about that? Well, I know that this 12x minus 4 plus 86 plus 98 equals 360. So you can either write it as an equation like that, or you can say 360 minus 86 minus 98, and that's 176. So I know 12x minus 4 equals 176. And then just solve your equation for x from there. That helps you figure that out. Again, we're going back to our strategy every time of extending the arcs. Same thing down here on number 18. If you extend your arc, if this were a number, if there was a number like 100, you double it to get 200. It's not a number. It's variable, so you double it, 20x plus 4, and it still represents that number. Well, this time, all three of these outside problems, outside arcs, add up to 360. Make sure you combine like terms before you solve. So when you're done with the scavenger hunt, you can check your answers with me. That would be something that is a little more helpful on the difficult problems, but you got to work your way through the rest.